We had a game from Park Chung-won, and many of you might already be aware of the fact that I kind of like him because he's not overly taken with the bleep bloop style. Not so much. Not so much. He's been, holding to his own a little bit, and he's still very, very good. And he's still very, very good. Unlike some players who we won't name. But it's not just because of Park Chung-won that we're going over this game. No, 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 no. We have higher standards. We have higher standards than that, you see. We're going to look at this game because Black is a very, very bold player. Believe it or not, I chose this game because of Black, not White. So I hope you enjoy his boldness. He begins off with a 4-4. Could mean anything. Of course, we take the 4-4 stone over here because we're pro, Park is. And he's going to invite anything and everything. Alright. 3-4, maybe orthodox, nice. Simple game. Easy peasy until we play that. Now we have a two-space extension, or two-space enclosure. So it looks like now we have an interesting position. And that position is influence, because this is not a territorial enclosure. This is an influential enclosure. So it would appear that Black wants influence. So White says, I'm going to get me some territory. Okay. One person influence, another person territory. Let's continue. Since Black is a territorial player, he's playing all damn modern moves. He's not going to go and approach and back off into a Joseki or just get an extension. He's getting Sodrhit. Why? Because he's leaning on the strong enclosure to get more influence. White responds, and Black laughs at his response and takes another enclosure for himself. The idea here being we can treat this stone lightly or completely give it up. If our opponent wants to kill it, we'll get Sensei so we can keep taking and developing everything that we want. And if our opponent never responds to it again, then we can just, continue it up later, and that's fine too. So really, what do we lose? What do we lose? So okay, we're not gonna follow that up because then this is an extension from two enclosures. So White says kerblam. I am now going to just split you. Black says, ha ha ha, I am making large corners here. But now it is White's turn to laugh. He is not going to allow his opponent to approach and expand. So just as one player played away, so too has the other. That said, Black has a deep love for influence, and he has his heart set on it this match. Oh, does he? So his opponent played a low stone again, and you know what that means. That means we can shoulder hit it. Okay. Pretty simple, brainless style so far from Black. We're going to enclose. We're going to hit all the low stones and just try to build. Okay, okay. White responds. Black glows to expand. White commences attacking. He says, enough of this ignoring each other crap. Let's get something started here, Mr. Influence, if that is your real name. Obviously, we're going to kick. White jumps up because he can get a base if black commits. And if he doesn't, then we can get an attack going on here. So, black plays here. Not closer, because he doesn't want to leave weak points behind. Because this is a fairly common reduction for later. Like, the corner just kind of vanishes while we get, like, next to no territory, and it's kind of sad. So we have to be very, very careful here. So weirdly enough, we play here to make it harder to reduce the corner, and then we get, like, territory in here, potentially. It's a thing. But that means good old white can start the fight that he was looking for. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Black says, I can connect up one of two ways. White looks for Aji. Finds Aji with the 3-3 and the cutting point. Dividing and conquering, and it looks like white is in some trouble here. There's some trouble. Weak group, weak group. Weak group plus weak group means trouble, doesn't it? Luckily enough, we got Aji. So we're going to ask, can we just live? Black says, go screw yourself. White says, no, really, can I just live? Black says, no, really, go screw yourself. Now here's a thing that I do want to point out to some Q players. I have seen you do this before, don't try and deny it. Where they Hane this stone. But if you Hane this stone, then this descends, and then you're cut off. So be very, very careful, little Qs. Why didn't black garbage this stone? Because it's not garbage. If you let your opponent just back off and live, you've lost an attack. You've lost something you can put pressure on. You've lost something that you can poke in the direction, in whatever manner you see fit. And that's something that you'll never get throughout the rest of the game. So he's prioritizing his opponent's weakened position over getting Sente and hopefully getting things elsewhere. So we go and kill the stone. Black says, you ain't alive yet, Holmes. And white says, that's all Gucci, I'm just going to come out now. We're really, really close to being alive. It's cool. He meant R12. What's R12? R12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Oh, this stone. Same answer. If you garbage this stone and let this settle, right, then we're getting influence and a settled position to our opponent, which means our 3-3 invasions, which means counterattacks can be implemented. If this is still unsettled, if this area is still unsettled, white doesn't have time to go in and play here. White has to be careful about playing in here. White can't go and start making, new weak groups elsewhere if there are already weak groups on the field. White doesn't look weak. Well, as we advance, we see him losing his base. He has to try and find another. He's still trying to, settle. And these two stones are still all by the little lonesome. Black jumps out, now threatening to surround the group that's not alive yet. Or surround the group that's not alive yet. So we can see where he's coming from. White jumps. Black jumps, white jumps, black moves to surround, and you can see the point of this attack now. Yes there, Rex. And hello, Goku-fan. So, yeah, you can see here that... What date is this game? Recent, a couple of days ago. So, by having him weak here, we have the value of the attack. It's kind of like spreading influence all over the board. And this is why I chose to pick this game. Because this guy is building a crazy wall. And he's giving up stones. He's now giving up stones for more influence. So we kind of have a Korean Shibano Toromaru here. It's like, I don't care about my top. I have a bunch of middle. Right? So we do a little probing. White says no. Do a little probing. And some more probing. And now we're alive. So the question now is, what do we do? The top is big? The top is big. That's 6 line points. He gave up a lot of territory here in order to get that center. But I've seen players do that before and win. But you have to maintain your momentum. So how are we going to keep white off balance? Well, he says, blammo. I'm going to attach to the strong thing again and just try to build. We divide and conquer. Asks for the corner, says no. Now we've got a full-on framework here. Got enclosures, extensions, influence. How do we begin to reduce this? Seems tough. How does one begin to reduce? Didn't expect E3. K3. You don't want to do a brand new invasion there, because for a move like K3, I could foresee like shoulder hitting or maybe even just capping it and just trying to take 10th line from the right side. I don't know. Pro shape. Close. First thing he's going to do is attach to see if he can get strength. Got some shape. Strong friggin' corner. Alright, shape acquired. But Black looks at that shape and he says to himself, there be something there. That's a large knot there, partner. I'ma try to cut it. Because let's face it, there's a weak point in the shape right here. And there's a weak point in the shape right here. So he says that white's overreaching a little bit. So now we see an issue where we're slowly losing stuff. Ripping apart the shape. White has no choice but to go back and try every Q player's favorite move. It's like, okay, we're gonna get something here. Just gotta figure out what. gets cut. Threatens to hook up. Not because he can, mind you, but because this is giving him a co. Just like that. Alright, alright, alright. Looks like we're having a problem now. We are now in a co for an enormous amount of points, because this is all destabilized. Pokes through, responds, and back to the co. Threatens to limit white, so responds, and back to co. Threatens to kill. Forcing moves. More forcing moves. And then back to co. And an interesting thing is happening to this wall. Isn't there an interesting thing happening to this wall, chat? This wall is not looking very strong right now. I mean, like, there's a poke point there. We can almost get a forcing move here. It's kind of looking like a stick. Yeah. Just a little bit, huh? Okay. Black says, I make a fine territory. White says, alright. To edit this out of the video. Someone on Cage, yes, apparently noticed me. Said that he watches me on YouTube, so I was giving him the Twitch link. Alright, so what's going on here? Right, so he just connected. He added co-threat. Why? Where did he add why didn't he connect? He added co-threat. Not sure what you mean by why didn't he connect? Connect where? Oh, here? Because he was ignoring everything. And it's not really a co-threat. If this actually is not a co-threat. This isn't a co-threat. If Black plays here, we just ignore. Because this is dead, so this is alive. And this is still nice and strong, so it didn't really affect anything. So yeah, that's completely fine. That's completely this is not a threat. If that's what you were referring to. So yeah, we go back and play here. We've profited, and now Black says it's time to hurt you. Going for them liberty shortages. Going for them liberty shortages. Gotta play all the Atari. And Mr. Influence Man says, I still be influencing here. B is just hurting himself? Is he really? Looks like he just gained a lot of solid stuff. Right? This is looking pretty solid. We're on like the 7th and 8th line. Maybe more. I mean, oh my god, if this goes like all the way up into here, that's craziness. This guy is really channeling his inner Shibano. So we can't let him have all that. So Nazarian is quite correct. We need to attach to things here and live. And live and live and live. So let's see how we can live in here. Gonna try and divide and conquer. Looking for Raji. Gets rid of the 2 stones, backs off to keep more. Plays here to make the exchange. And then black says enough. This is my area. You can go away now. I reduce your area. So we have an attempt to live in the corner. But black's not, or white's not done yet. He's going to keep trying to live back in here. Threatening. Now you have maybe Ko for life. Threat to kill. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Looks like we can't quite do it yet. So he attaches again. This is getting a little ridiculous now, but you can see that it's attaching for reasons. Like, black plays here. But you can see how there's Aji here, right? In the cutting points. So alright, we're trying to minimize potential for white by playing the Hane. We take, force take, keep divided. Same here, keep divided. Asks if he can live in the corner. Connects. Apparently he may just be able to. Actually, he can't, can he? Do. Yeah, I lied. Sorry. 18 little life and death problem. Here, here, here. And then we can still kill. Because we can't block this. And if we play here, here, and here, and that's dead. And it's the same with, like, if we play here or here. Still dead. Just by playing the Hane. Could white play S4 first? What would S4 do? Why would you cut? Yeah, I don't know why he does 4, because the Liberty's not gone, right? If the Liberty here was gone, then S4 into like a cut could do something. It'd be pretty good, I think. I think that would be like actually really good. Who was that? Yeffington? That'd be pretty good. Pretty good indeed. But unfortunately, we don't really have that. That's actually a really good read. There, Mr. Yeffington. You can also start with the cut, and then go back into here, into there. Anywho. White's out. Black lives. We just mentioned this doesn't work, but it maximizes liberties to put pressure on the bottom of the board. Thank you, Peyton. So, I have to make sure it doesn't work. This is a good way to do it. Atari, cut through, we're all good. Again, threaten to cut through, so we're all good. Again, threaten to cut through. getting kind of scary now, because now we have the Atari. Okay. And then we have the Atari. Into a connection. Very, very close, though. Very, very close. If Black had saved his stone here, for example... then I think you might get Seki, question mark. I actually don't see how it's a problem. No. Here, here, here. No, I still don't see how it's a problem. Maybe it's fine regardless? There, got it. Never mind. It does make sense. Sorry, it does make sense. It does make sense. That dies if we're not careful. It just took me a second to find it. I apologize. Throw in first. How did I miss a throw in first? I'm really bad at this game. I don't know how I missed a throw in first. Anyway, so we Atari here. Then Atari there, and we're all good. So we get to go ahead and connect up. We get to not be dead. That's good. White moves to surround. We just go ahead and turn. Then back off. Tries to go for the kill. Tries to go for life. Now we connect and see what we can see. White Hane, or Black Hane's underneath. Try to keep the stones killed. This could potentially be Seki later on, because there's a questionable amount of room here. Or at the very least, you might force your opponent to be like, doot, 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 doot. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. If he has to kill it, that's at 6 stone, that's 6 points gone. But yeah, now we're playing very much a territorial game. This is no longer a Moyo game. Connecting up all of our stones. White still poking at him. Forever and ever. Getting kind of dangerous with the groups, but... Black tries to use his Moyo once more. Well, his thickness once more, sorry. To attack white stones. Trying to resist. Threatening the cuts, threatening the connect, threatening the connect. Back to Ko. And Atari. Connect the stone, which that is not. And then back into take. Now we have Ko threats, which could end up being the bottom Seki, which is really great. Whoops. There we go. Black plays the Hane in order to take more territory, which is pretty nice. Taking some territory, some points for himself. White seeks to keep all of this territory for himself and limit Black. Makes sense. Threatening a kill. Black says no. And finally retake. A lot of points here. Go ahead and Atari. And then retake. Keep the points. And then retake. Huge threat. Black says, no, it's not. White says, are you insane? No. I think you are. 'Cause that's now Seki. Ouch. That is not pleasant at all. Had a chance to keep that bottom corner dead. But that is now Seki because he was going to take points. And the reason why he was going to take points, because he sees it as a trade. I'm going to take the middle area, like I've been trying to do this entire game. In exchange, you get to Seki yourself in Gote. So, alright. Alright, alright. But White disagrees most severely with this plan that Black has. Because this cut exists. So if you descend, we can cut and kill those stones off. So instead Black tries to play this. White proceeds not to care and connect. So what was the co-over? We saved these stones. Let these stones be A-okay. But it's fine. This can't get any worse. This can't get any worse. This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine, chat. Everything's fine. We'll start with the monkey jump. And Black's day is just continues to be ruined because monkey jumps? White doesn't believe he need no stinking monkey jump. He's got better ideas. He's like, you know how you let me live, friendly fellow? Well, thank you for that. Now there's a ko and potentially one here. Ain't that something? So let's see what we're gonna do here. Going to the end games, don't mind us. Just more end games. Just more end games. Don't have to protect that anymore. Go and connect. And then it happens. It's like, surely he's not really trying to capture me, right? That would be nuts. No, he do. He try. That is exactly what he's doing. That is exactly what he's trying to do. So we take. And White plays a Hane. This doesn't do anything. Back to Co. It's like, please don't murder me. Please? Anything? I'll do anything. Just don't murder me right now. Oh, he has a lot of threats. He has a lot of threats. I mean, that's a threat. How do you even win this? How do you even win this? And White's just answering it all. It's like, I can answer here too. After all, this is... You have to kill this group in order to win the game. Back to Co. Let's go ahead and do it again. Connects. Continues. It's like, okay. Now we really, really, really need to win the Co. We really, really, really need to win the Co. Otherwise, our group is about to die. And this is endgame. There are no other threats large enough. So we're just going to keep finding threats. We don't even care. This is kind of a threat. White's like, alright, I'll respond to that one. I can find some more threats for myself. Don't mind if I do. Oh, hey, looky there. It's a threat. Because Black is playing Co for Seki. He's playing Co for freaking Seki at this point. So we can't give up anything. But, I mean, you can't keep fighting this. So Black admits defeat. There's just too many Co threats. He just can't keep answering, and the right is large. Too large. And it's all about to die. So Black resigns. Black resigns. Can't keep fighting it. Can't keep fighting it. Talk about a reason to cry yourself to sleep.